Get ready with me for the third game of the season while I tell y'all how I met my fiance. A lot of people commented this on my last video that they wanted to know this story. We actually told this on YouTube like 2 or 3 years ago, but I'm gonna retell it. Travis and I met, I'm using this, on Instagram. He DM'd me, you know, Gen Z love, FYP love. And then I actually left him in my DMs for a long time because it was at a time where I wasn't looking for a relationship or like anything really. Like I was living my best single life. I was very much focused on finishing my degree, I was working at a law firm at the time, so I was very much into that, what I was doing, and just I had, you know, bills and stuff. I wasn't worried about like a relationship. And I also said this on YouTube, but I really wasn't into him. But that got really misconstrued. What I meant by I wasn't into him was that he was very young. He was in high school and I was in college. So obviously, thanks Shamar. Say hey to Shamar, y'all. Thanks. I got Chipotle and water.
Might be messed up.
But yeah, anyway, so I was in college, so I was not into someone of that age, and I just, obviously I've been in high school before, so I knew like what came with that age, you know? So yeah, I really just let him sit in my DMs for a long time until I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll like give it a shot. And I texted back finally, like after a month or two. And from there, we texted for maybe 2 or 3 months. Not really, maybe like a month or two. And he was very like persistent. I think that's why I ended up being intrigued by him, because he would text me every single day, like morning and night, good morning and good night, even if I didn't respond, because half the time I didn't respond to him. So yeah, I would like kind of just text him when I was bored or when I felt like it. And then one day I had to go to my friend Brandy's birthday party, and I knew I wasn't gonna know anyone but her, so I didn't want to go by myself. So I texted him, I was like, hey, I have this birthday party, like if you want to go. And he was like, yeah, like I'll go with you. And this was our first time meeting in person. So we went, and we went together, and that was our first time meeting. And it was like an instant like connection. Like we instantly were like the best of friends. It was never like no awkward moments at all. Like we instantly got along. And he's really goofy, so he kind of made me like more comfortable. And so we sat in the car for like an hour or two before the party, like just talking and hanging out and listening to music. And we had very similar like music interests and like things in common. So like by the time we got into the party, like I swear everyone thought we were together for like years. Like we were like instant like drawn to each other, all over each other. Like we were really like into each other. And then after the party, we went to Waffle House and we sat there for like hours. We sat there till like 1 or 2 in the morning. I think the sound cut out because Travis just called me. But yeah, so we sat at Waffle House for a couple hours just talking, hanging out, and that was really like the start of everything. I'm gonna go do my hair and then come back. Okay, I'm done with my hair. I'm probably gonna have to redo it because I tried putting it up and then I ended up not liking it. So yeah, probably gonna have to go redo it. But anyway, so after the first weekend, me and Travis hung out. He came over to my apartment the weekend after that, and he stayed with me that weekend. And ever since that day, he like just never left my house. So he would leave my house to go to school, and then I would go and get him every day after school. And it was like, he lived an hour away from me, so I was driving an hour to go get him every day, and an hour back home to come to my house. And so after doing that for like 2 or 3 months, he just moved in. So we packed up all the stuff from his mom's house, and then he moved in with me. And he lived with me until he graduated high school and went to Jackson. And that's kind of like the story of how we met. Like after meeting in person, we just never left each other alone. We just were together every single day. And then, so when he moved to Jackson, we did long distance for like 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. And then I moved to Jackson after I finished my degree. And that's kind of just the story. We lived together once I moved to Jackson. I finished my bachelor's degree, moved to Jackson with him, and we we were together, we've been together ever since. A lot of people ask me like how we made long distance work, and it was actually really easy for us. If two people want a relationship to work, it's going to work. If you are putting in effort to make it work, it's going to work. You just have to actually want it. So if you are in a relationship and your significant other is going to college or whatever, then you just have to be trusting, and if it's meant to work out, it will. I actually gave Travis the option when he went to college. I was like, hey, like, let's take a break from this relationship and you go to college, you go see what you want in life, and then if me and you are supposed to be, then we'll work out. Because I've been in college before. Like, I had already been in college. I know how college is. I know how guys are in college. And I was like, you know what? I don't even want to put neither one of us through hurt. So let's just take a break and go figure out what you want. And he didn't want that at all. He wanted to stay together. So we did. And yeah, it was easy. We seen each other all the time. It was like Atlanta to Jackson was like 6 hours. So we would take turns driving that. It was mostly him driving, I'm not gonna lie, because I had a job and I was in school still. So on Fridays when he got out of practice, he would get in the car and he would drive the 6 hours to me. And then Sunday night, he would drive 6 hours home before he had practice on Monday. I think the most important part about like making a relationship work, especially in college, is just being considerate of someone's time, being considerate of, you know, they're busy and you have to understand that, and y'all are both young, navigating life, and you have to give those people spaces to grow into their own individual person, because if you are not growing in a relationship individually and together, then the relationship is never going to work. Like, everything I do business-wise and like school, Travis supported everything. He never made me feel like I had to give up my dreams and goals, and I made it very clear that I wasn't. So if he wanted to be with me, like, I was going to stay in Atlanta and finish my degree, and he was very understanding of that. He's like, yeah, you know, do what you gotta do, because of course he asked me to come instantly, but I just wasn't willing to give up my goals and dreams for him yet, you know, and I never will be. I mean, I can do both, and it's very easy to do both. My advice to like younger girls though who are in relationships is go to a different college than your partner. Do not go to the same college. Do not follow a man for anything. Like, go get your degree, and if it's meant to work out and that's the person God intended you to be with, it will work. So go to a different college, enjoy college, do that before you are like, you know what, I'm gonna follow this man everywhere and do whatever he wants to do in life, and put your life on the back burner, because it never work out in the end, because you'll have FOMO in the sense that you'll realize later on in life, like, damn, I should have followed my own dreams before following a man, and you'll regret it. So another piece of advice that I would give like a younger girl is date on your terms. Do not date on a man's terms. What I mean by that is I made my intentions very clear with Travis from the beginning, and I didn't back down on what I believed in, because I had been single for 2 years at that time. So I told him, like, you know what, if we're gonna do this, like, we're gonna do it right. I'm not gonna be talking to you for 6-7 months before you decide if you want to be with me. It's either gonna be we're together and you're gonna treat me right, or that's it. And a lot of girls date on men's terms, and they let them drag them along for a ride that they shouldn't be a part of, especially just to get played in the end. So be firm on your intentions and be firm on your morals, and don't settle for a man who is not going to live up to those expectations, because there will be a man that will. Okay, I recurled my hair because it was bad, so I redid it, and I did my lip liner, eyeliner, all that stuff, rode. And yeah, if y'all have any more questions for next week, comment them down below, and go to my next video for my outfit.